I don't really care how we got it done, but we did. The season is not over, like I said last week. Again, it was an overreaction. But with all that said, oh my God, the Ravens almost blew that one. That would have been hilarious, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Either way, though, we had a wild Sunday of football, guys. Week 3 NFL Sunday recap. Let's go.
Screen. Jones on third down. Looking end zone. Throws. It's Neighbors. Touchdown.
Let's see the feet, Kenny first. 1 down, 2 down.
Richardson moving left, throwing, intercepted. What a terrible mistake by Richardson.
By Brewer, look out from behind.
Best thing about them this year so far.
And it is off of the upright and through.
Start the first couple of weeks for Levis as he goes to the air. It's intercepted. Jair Alexander high stepping for 6.
Cardi, comeback, complete. Rams win.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the NFL. Of course, please like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed the week 3. No, yeah, it's week 3. Week 3 NFL what is it called? Sunday recap. Obviously, we had a lot of games, a lot of stuff going on today, yesterday, and I'm gonna go through everything. Of course, all the highlights will be in there, everything you need, and of course, I'll break down the game after. Either way, though, we have to go through injuries, and I'm gonna give you guys like the standings. I guess like as of week 3, because I mean it's still super early in the season, obviously, but it's a good thing through 3 games to see where teams are. Obviously, like overall, when we look at when we get like past Thanksgiving, we'll actually look at the playoff picture. But I mean, guys, it's like it's really pointless before that because we've seen some wild things happen, obviously. Either way, though, with injuries, I mean nothing really much for like when we first look at some of these. I mean, yeah, Van Jefferson has an eye that was actually really ugly, but yeah, that's there. Oh yeah, James Bradbury, he might be back next week. I don't really know. We'll figure something out there. But yeah, they had some pretty big injuries. Of course, Devontae Smith probably not going to be playing next week in Tampa Bay. Of course, that will be in front of the whole country. They're going to be probably pretty short-handed, as well as Lane Johnson. Maybe he'll play. His concussion I don't think was as bad, and also he has what is it called? I just don't. I will have to like evaluate or anything like that, but. If I had to guess, his was probably a little not as bad as Devontae Smith's. But Mekhi Becton also like messed up his finger, kind of jammed it, so that's not good. So yeah, the Eagles are obviously really banged up. Skylar Thompson got absolutely demolished on one play. Again, you'll see that in the highlights. What is it called? Against Seahawks. So yeah, we'll see. Of course, they play on Monday night, gives them an extra day there. Kendrick Bourne might be back week 5. That would be cool. For the Rams, obviously PCL for Puka Nacua. Outside of that, though, thank God no one else got hurt. Max Crosby injured his ankle. Of course, they will be hosting the Browns, so that'll be interesting. Obviously, hip injury from Joey Bosa. Justin Herbert also injured his ankle. That's going to be a very big question there. Of course, they will be hosting the Chiefs in front of the whole country next Sunday. Yeah, the Lions are doing stuff, I guess. Outside of that, though, we keep going up. Oh, wait, Joe Alt. Wait, where is he? Yeah, no, Joe Alt isn't on here. Oh, I think it's for today. Whatever. We keep going up. Yeah, other guys get injured on it. I mean, nothing really crazy when you keep looking at this. All right, for today, that we injuries so far. What is it called? Yes, Chidobe Awuzie expected to be back week 9. He injured his groin. That was really ugly. I hope he gets better. Jeffrey Simmons also jammed his elbow. I think he bumped it on something. Again, a lot of guys for the Commanders who are obviously going to be out, but that's like obviously for tonight, and those games are already started. Debo, obviously, he's going to be doubtful. We'll see if he gets back. Again, we just don't know yet. Brock Purdy injured his back, I guess. Yeah, he got knocked around a little bit, but yeah, he should be. I hope he's okay. Same thing with George Kittle. He got the week off. I get maybe, but yeah, Debo's probably the one thing you want to watch out there. His calf's really, I won't say really messed up, but it is a pretty bad strain. Uchenna Nwosu, MCL injury. We don't know. I think I don't really know what's going on there. Kenneth Walker injured his oblique. Obviously, he didn't play last week. We'll see again if he can play in the last game of week 4. And Jerome Baker also got injured. For the Steelers, no one really too concerning there. Giants, obviously, they need these guys. I mean, really just Darius Slayton, to be honest with you. But he hasn't really done much this year, so we'll see. Jordan Addison, he injured his ankle obviously a couple weeks ago. We'll see what happens there. Same thing with Dallas Turner. I'm keep going. I'm looking. Yeah, Cooper Kupp, he's going to be out for week 4, expected to return week 5. So that would be big. I'm not saying we need him next week. I mean, it would be really nice to have him, obviously. But we obviously don't need him. But, week 5, we really need him that game. Joe, obviously, MCL, he's probably not going to play next week. I'll tell you that right now. But outside of that, that's really all I got there. Keep going up. The Jags are like 8 guys to get injured. I mean, that's for like today. Either way, though, Dameon Pierce, of course, he has a hamstring injury. We'll see what happens there. Joe Mixon, of course, did not play yesterday. Keep going up. Oh, yeah. Wyatt Teller, knee injury, going to be out week 4, expected to return week 6. That's not a good injury for him, of course. He, I think it was left in the first quarter. Either way, that's all I got for this one, guys. Of course, when we look over at the standings, of course, the Bills are, again, they haven't played yet, so I guess we'll talk about that. The Jets, they're looking pretty good, but yeah, then you get Dolphins, Patriots that are in a tough spot. We'll break that more down when we get to their games. Chiefs, of course, yeah, they did win. They are undefeated. I'll just say that right now, but again, we'll get more of the game after. Steelers are atop the AFC North, and yeah, the AFC South still sucks. They could actually, after tonight, have the only 2 teams that are winless so far this year. NFC, the Eagles, I mean, the Commanders are actually first place. I should have mentioned that in the preview earlier, but the Commanders, they were actually first place in the division for weeks, so that's awesome. But the Eagles, they absolutely, they're there. And then, of course, we got some other struggling teams. Seahawks, cupcake schedule. Vikings, yeah, we'll get to that. And then, yeah, some other stuff, too. Some pretty moving big parts there. But, yeah, biggest notes, only at the very least, at the most, there's going to be 2 winless teams. I think last year there was like 4, and the year before that, big at least after 3 games. I think 2, of course, Texans and Raiders a couple years ago. With all that said, let's get to our first game, though. That would be the Bears and Colts. And yes, it was a pretty ugly game overall.
Former Colts defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus back in 10. Richardson taking a deep shot down the field. Pierce is there at the 10 and down to the 5. Goes in motion. Richardson moving left, throwing, intercepted. What a terrible mistake by Richardson. Tipped. What a critical mistake by Richardson. Williams now looking deep for Doomsday. He's got it to the 35. 3rd down and 4. Williams to the outside, picked off! Jalen Jones! His teammate Rodney Thomas also wears one. Here's Taylor. Nice shot by Jonathan Taylor! Oh, yeah! Touchdown!
Well, you got man coverage out here, so somebody should be one-on-one.
Williams pitches into Swift. Swift in trouble, and down he goes! Williams. Letting his receivers get down there. Now tosses it down the field into the end zone. And it is caught by Moore at the 1. Sweat is coming. Richardson steps up. And he has a wide open man, and he's picked off. Threw it right to Jalen Johnson. All right, Bears football. Play action on 1st down to Odunze. And it's picked off. Jalen Jones. Second and goal. Sermon hitting the backfield. Richardson trying to push him forward. Now the whole Colts defense. A rugby scrub. Touchdown. Goal.
I had pineapples, not oranges.
Low snap. Williams fields it to the end zone. Touchdown. 1st down and 10. Play action. Williams was looking deep. Lost the football. Knocked away by Latu. And there's a fight for it. Richardson in the shotgun. To Taylor, up the middle. Taylor, get there, touchdown! Have it if you're Chicago. Williams to a wide open commit for the touchdown.
And the Colts were able to get their first win of the season going up against the Chicago Bears. Of course, the final score was 21-16, but they had I think it was at least a double-digit lead at some point in the 4th quarter. And yeah, they were able to get their first win of the season. Of course, next week though they have to play Pittsburgh. That's a game I think they actually have a shot at winning, but hey, you never know. Obviously though, Colts defense big improvement, but for the Bears on the other side, I mean, they fought a 1-2. Their offense has been just terrible this year. There's no way around it. I think we have. Shane Waldron's really struggled to really get this offense in any sort of rhythm. There was a lot of big plays, though, and there was a lot of fun, but I mean, that O-line and that running game is just atrocious. And I don't think the receivers are really getting open too well either. I mean, they're obviously Rome Odunze and DJ Moore overall played pretty well, again, overall, but I think they definitely could have room for improvement. And then, of course, the Bears, they will be playing the Rams next week, and that'll be a big game for them, see if their offense can actually do anything. And then their defense also, see if they can step up, because they give actually a lot of big plays this week, see if they can bounce back. They still aren't exactly bad, but they definitely need to play better next week defensively. For the Bears, though, Caleb, 363. I mean, big game, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. One of the picks was really bad. The other one, I mean, it was just a crazy play. 33-52, though. He threw the ball all around the yard. He was basically running around. They just let him do whatever he want. Schematically, I don't really think it was anything like he could have really done to be any better. What is it called? Because the scheme just really didn't work out in this one. Also, the running game was just so bad. DeAndre Swift, guys, again, he's weak when he doesn't have a good O-line, and we can see that obviously here. It's not that hard to stop him when they don't have a good O-line. Speaking of that, Caleb was basically running out of off script many plays. The only plays that I really don't think so was a couple times off play action, and also his receivers were really creating as well. Speaking of that, Roman Dunze caught a couple big plays downfield. Obviously, 6 catches, 112 and a touchdown, 18.7 yards per catch. Cole Kmet, 10 for 97 touchdown. He's basically a dump-off guy. He made a couple plays. I'm like, yeah, there's just, again, check downs there. But he still had a pretty good game overall. DJ Moore also had, again, his first pretty productive game overall. Not to say that they got some other guys to football as well, but offensively overall it's kind of a mess. But they did at least, Caleb at least, like, perform pretty well overall, which, again, is a lot better than what we saw the first 2 weeks. Defensively, again, I just think they gave too many big plays. Secondary, I don't think played it up to their potential because, again, they took advantage of what is it called? Anthony Richardson being a doofus, but the what is it called? The run defense wasn't great either. I mean, they could definitely have done a better job. Vontaze Sweat obviously had a sack. A pick from Tremaine Edmonds and Jalen Johnson, who in my opinion right now is the best corner in the entire NFL. Outside of that, though, I don't really have much to say about this defense. I mean, they just did stuff. Kyle Santos shanked a field goal. Then for the Colts, I mean, AR used probably the worst play of the year so far. That interception in the red zone, it was so bad. I mean, you can't really make that stuff up. Obviously, the other interception was, I don't even know what he was trying to do there. But hey, Big Tony's doing his thing, guys. Let him cook. Obviously, you're not getting time possession with Anthony Richardson throwing the football. Jonathan Taylor, though, he carried the rock a lot more than that. 22 carries, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns. Honestly, his best game since, 2021, to be honest with you guys. He played awesome in this one. Really helped this team not suck, I guess. Outside of that, though, I mean, AR pushed him in for a touchdown as well. Alec Pierce and Colin Granson also had 2 big plays. Outside of that, though, it wasn't much of, again, a structured passing game, to say the least. Defensively, by far their best game of the season so far. Yeah, it's only been 3 games, but they played really well, in my opinion, overall. Jalen Jones is actually really, really good. Like, he's gross. 5 tackles, 2 picks. One of them was a ridiculous one. The other one, I mean, kind of like right to him, but you get the point there. Dallas Flowers also really stepped it up. Kenny Moore, he's so good. Up front, they definitely did a good job. I mean, yes, they did get a little bit of help because that Bears O-line is basically a turnstile right now. But yeah, they got a lot of pressure. Some of the sacks weren't exactly legit. Like Laty Latu's sack was really nice, but then I can't pronounce this guy's name. Number 95, he had a nice sack too, but like Tavon Bryant's wasn't great. Laty Latu also had a couple pressures. I'm like, yeah, just got like unblocked there. But outside of that, they did a decent job against the run, which is getting a lot better than what they did the last couple weeks. Really, it's just getting the Bears O-line again, kind of just like not really understanding leverage at all, and they obviously get to some blocking, as well as what is called the zone blocking scheme that was implemented by Shane Waldron. It's just not really working right now. They got to figure something out there with Chicago. But yeah, that's really all I got there for that. What is it called? Colts. Team stats wise, again, both teams had over 300 yards of offense, but the Bears had almost 400. It was with 150 rushing yards, and again, the Colts didn't have the ball that long, but kind of what you're gonna get with this team again, unless again Anthony Richardson just becomes a more efficient passer. Again, you see the third down, 3 of 12. That's got to improve. The Bears actually are pretty good on third down overall. They had the ball for a while, and they actually had a lot of conversion, which was good to see. But you saw the yards per play; they weren't really efficient overall. It was really just because they only had like a couple big plays. But again, those 2 turnovers by Caleb were kind of killer. Again, they had like, what was it, 3 in total? Yeah, 3 in total. And again, with the Bears' offensive line sucking and, yeah, the running game being so ineffective, that's kind of what lost the Bears game overall. But again, really had fun towards the end, which was nice to see. But that's all I got for the Bears and Colts, guys. Let's get to a game where the Vikings really made a statement.
Week 3 of the NFL on CBS. We come to you today. 10 yards after the hold. Shotgun. Stroud throws. That ball tipped and intercepted. The Vikings force the turnover. Grugier Hill. Darnold out of the pocket. Darnold will throw. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson open.
4 yards in the season opener, and he's benefiting from their emphasis on it.
Darnold guns. Open man. Jones. Touchdown. Shotgun. Darnold looks, throws it, caught, Naylor, touchdown.
Bounce here, don't you?
Stroud, flip it, caught, Akers, touchdown. Houston. 5 defensive backs for the Vikings. Deep drop for Stroud. Step and throw, and it's intercepted. Cameron Bynum with
it. They're confident, even if he's not making a lot of plays.
Jones. Busting to the clear. Jones. Shotgun. Darnold in a crowd. It's caught. Johnny Munt. Touchdown. Vikings. Yard attempt, so they want to get the rookie a little taste. 58-yarder. Hits the post and bangs through.
Alert on a man on the street, top the top of the vert.
And that statement would be that maybe the Vikings are actually, like, legit. I'm not going to really say so, because honestly, I got two really, again, I'm honestly say there's three possibilities for the Vikings this year. Again, it's already week 3, so maybe we should do this every week with the Vikings, giving them an extra possibility for every single week they win a game, which I hope they don't win next week, because they will be going to Green Bay, and that will be a hell of a ball game. I don't think it's on national TV, though, which is that still eludes me, but we'll see about that one. Either way, though, yeah, the Vikings, three possibilities at least at this point. One, they end up like the Panthers, who did a couple of years ago. Of course, Sam Darnold was their quarterback. He looked really good through the first 3 weeks. Then they went to Dallas, and then they got their ass kicked, guys. There's no other way to put it. But the rest of the year, even, and again, that defense looked legit, like as good as the Vikings defense does right now. Of course, that Panthers defense back in 2021, and they kind of sucked the rest of the year. And then again, the other possibility would be the way the Vikings played back in 2016, where Sam Bradford was like the most just boring quarterback in the NFL. 5 interceptions on the year in total, but that again, they started out 5-0 as well. Ended up missing the playoffs, going 8-8. So that's my second possibility. Third one, they're actually good, which would be crazy, but hey, you never know. So there we go. That's what I really got for the Vikings. Texans, on the other hand, I mean, they have their absolute butts kicked, but honestly, kind of a humbling game. For my Super Bowl pick, not great, but I mean, they're gonna have to get smacked at some point so they can kind of know what it feels like, because that's always good to know. CJ Stroud, his worst game of his career. I'm pretty confident to say that. Maybe not as good as bad as that Jets or Panthers game last year, but 2 picks weren't good. The second one was really bad. He did throw a touchdown at least at some point. Cam Akers was super ineffective. His vision sucks. He always tries to bounce, runs off outside, and he's not as fast or as athletic as he thinks he is. Stephon Diggs, I mean, it was basically just force feeding him. He didn't do anything. Leo Collins caught one play downfield, or made one play downfield. Jesus. Tank Dell, kind of ineffective overall, but he did have 5 catches for 62 yards. And, of course, Cam Akers had their only touchdown. Davis Mills, he actually didn't look too bad, but they couldn't do anything in the red zone. Stephon Diggs also threw a pass. The O-line struggled as well. Defensively, I mean, they sucked. I mean, they got a little pressure. Like, Tim Settle actually looked really good. Derek Breda had a kind of garbage time sack. Will Anderson really struggled to get off his guys against the run, but he was a little bit better. As well as Daniel Hunter actually played really well overall. But yeah, this defense was just not good at all. I mean, there's no way around it. The whole secondary was out of communication there. And overall, again, they just didn't do a very good job. For the Vikings, Sam Darnold, he threw 4 touchdowns. But, I mean, it wasn't like you had, like, the greatest team in the world. Yeah, he threw 4 touchdowns, guys. I'll give him his props this week, I guess. But, yeah, I didn't, like, see anything crazy. The touchdown, 2 of the touchdowns were actually really good throws. But outside of that, I mean, like, kind of the Vikings just defense, like, that's honestly the best defense in the league right now. Or the Steelers. We'll get to them later, too. But, yeah, the Vikings, Sam Darnold did great. Aaron Jones, really efficient as usual. Justin Jefferson, I mean, he didn't do anything in the second half, but he didn't really have to. So 6 for 81 and a touchdown in the first half. Not great for me in fantasy. I need to see like 25 out of him per week. I mean, that's crazy, but hey, you never know. Aaron Jones had a touchdown as well as Jalen Naylor. Of course, he actually is probably their second receiver right now. And Johnny Mutt, again, the blocking dude, had touchdown. Holy crap. They had 2 picks out in secondary. Cam Bynum's really good. Andrew Van Ginkel is so just annoying not to watch, but like again, if you're playing against him. Jonathan Gron had 3 sacks. Most of it was actually because he had like 12 pressures, something ridiculous like that. Jalen Redmond, don't know who this dude is, but he's good because he had a sack. No, I'm just making assumptions at that point there. Don't make assumptions. But either way, stats-wise, I really don't care. The Vikings ran the ball well. They didn't actually control time possession, which was a little weird. But yeah, they were good in the red zone, pretty efficient overall. Not yards per play-wise, but hey, yeah, the Vikings are really good. They're undefeated. So yeah, maybe they got out to 4-0 start. That's all I got for you guys here, though. And yeah, let's get to our next game.
Malik Neighbors and the New York Giants are in Cleveland, getting set to take on Myles Garrett and the Browns.
Ray takes it out of the end zone.
Football. It was knocked loose, and the Browns have recovered.
They start from the Giants' 24. Deshaun Watson into the end zone. Touchdown on the first play from scrimmage. On 2nd and goal, it's Singletary. Did he get in? Oh, he got in. He did. From the Cleveland 41, 2nd down and 8. Jones fires. Far side. And it's Neighbors who snatched it away from your screen. Jones on 3rd down. Looking end zone. Throws. It's Neighbors. Touchdown. All 3 occasions and again here today. Now Watson hit from behind. Ball comes loose. Giants have it. A lot better. Jones to the end zone. Touchdown. 2nd down and 6. Singletary ball comes loose. Browns have it to extend that streak. Hopkins from 53 on the Giants 32. Watson stays on his feet, avoids a tackle inside the 20. First and goal, fake to Foreman. There it is. Watson end zone, touchdown, Cooper. His second today. Second left guard, Harrison at center. Watson looking for Cooper. Oh, did he come down and bounce? Everything get in front of you. From the 44. But no! Ball is loose. Ford. Unable to take it. Watson on fourth down. Can't find anyone. Tries to extend. He's ruled down. There is Singletary. And he picks up a first. Still going. Devin Singletary. Close down at the 1.
On the turf, no Kenny, got my eyes at that dirty shit.
And the Giants find the way to win their first game of the season, obviously off of a what is called 21-0 run in that first half. They didn't score a point the rest of the game, like another team we'll get to later, like way later. But yeah, the Giants get the first one of the season. I didn't really expect them to, but they did. So yeah, good job, I guess. Offensively, they look good. Not in the second half really, but first half they did. They will be going. They're playing Dallas on what is called Thursday Night Football this week. Probably get their butts kicked considering they haven't beat them since 2016. Again with Dak quarterback, and even then, like they really suck against the Cowboys. So I'm not gonna really expect them to do anything else. But I mean, they did look good in this game overall. Their defense got a lot of pressure. I mean, not really. I mean, the Browns' offensive line really struggled in this one overall. They just couldn't sustain blocks, to be honest with you there. But I guess we'll get into the Giants here. Daniel Jones, yeah, actually a really good game overall. 24-34, 236 touchdowns. Whenever there was a play where again something bad could happen, well, he kind of just weathered the storm and figured a way to make it not too bad. Devin Singletary lost a lot of people a lot of money, of course, if you saw the end of that, the highlights there. But outside of that, he played really well. Bad fumble, but that's about it. Malik Neighbors is really good, I guess. 8 for 78, 2 touchdowns. He got absolutely blanketed in this game. They kind of went with like the strategy that the Cowboys did, dink and dunk, and it worked. Especially from Malik Neighbors. Wanner Robinson also is very good as a slot. Keep him there. After that, though, Darius Slayton really struggled. Again, I think Denzel Ward was on him like the whole game, so I'm not really concerned about that. But Jalen Hyatt also probably should have caught a touchdown, but it wasn't really even thrown, so who that cares. O-line also probably played well. I wouldn't say they played great. There was a lot of penetration. They also gave some big play. Some pretty bad on block play. What is called rushers there. But overall, they did better than I expected them to at least. Defensively, they're actually really good. What is called the blitz scheme that's going on, the last simulated pressures, which honestly I don't even know if they're simulated. It's just what they're doing. It's working. So yeah, keep it up. Dexter Lawrence, Sexy Dexy is so good. Outside of that though, I mean the secondary played really well overall. I gotta say, props to Deontay Banks. Like he really stood in there and did a great job. After that, Greg Joseph shanked the field goal, but who cares? For the Browns, I mean, again, dumpster to Sean. Like, what are we supposed to do here, guys? Like, at some point, you're gonna have to do something on offense because this 3 straight weeks they haven't scored more than 18 points, and really none of them this offense has really like done anything sort of decent. First, looking at the stat, you might think Deshaun Watson was okay, but again, if you if you watch the Rams game, do you see that Tutu Atwell actually threw a dime to Marcus Robinson? Too bad it was out of bounds, but that throw by Tutu Atwell was better than any throw Deshaun made in this game because holy crap, he was atrocious. Couldn't get the ball out. He's literally the least valuable or least effective. I don't know. I was kind of using a baseball term there, but he's literally the least valuable player in the entire NFL when he's outside the pocket. Just so useless. The only good thing I saw him was that one run for a first down. Amari Cooper got blanketed, but he did have 2 touchdowns, so at least that counts for something. Outside of that, though, no one else stepped up. Jerry Jeudy is a bum. Defensively, I think they just didn't really. There really wasn't a sense of urgency in that first half to really again get off the field at some points. And also, I mean, those 2 catches by Malik Neighbors, you really can't do anything about that. The secondary actually played really well overall. They didn't get. I'm actually kind of disappointed with some of the pressure they got. Again, it just wasn't really consistent, and that's not gonna go along with. Of course, without the defensive player of the year and Myles Garrett again, who left in the 4th quarter, I think he obviously has some foot cramps, something like that. There's something wrong with him there. But for the Browns, I mean, you guys playing the Raiders next week, maybe you'll get a win, but without Myles Garrett, you guys are in some deep crap right now, and Dustin Hopkins did shank that field goal, kind of hurt me in fantasy, but whatever. Giants had actually some yards of offense. Again, they controlled the clock relatively well. Again, 4 total fumbles is not great, but when it comes down to it, guys, 8 sacks, basically Deshaun Watson was 5 of them, but yeah, the Browns aren't looking good really at all this year. The Giants, I mean, they got to win at least, but yeah, you're going to have a tough game on Thursday. The Gallows I expect to be ready. But that's all I got for this one, guys. Kind of like a weird one, but hey, the Giants got the W. So that's all I got. Let's get to our next game, and this one also was a little bit weird, but honestly, kind of an expected ending.
Hot and steamy day in Nashville as the Titans take the field, looking for the first win in the Brian Callahan era. But Malik Willis, their former teammate, making his second start.
Willis looking that direction, down the sideline, floats it up, and a jump ball caught by Christian Watson inside the 10 at the 6. And goal from the 5. Willis keeps on the zone read, bouncing towards the goal line. Touchdown! Malik Willis into the end zone. Levis to the air, to the end zone. Touchdown! Nick Van Ette, his first touchdown since 2021. Start the first couple of weeks for Levis as he goes to the air. It's intercepted. Jair Alexander high stepping for 6. Levis gonna run, going airborne. He didn't get there. Willis with pressure coming, swings it to Wilson. He's got blockers in front. Wilson inside the 20. A convoy in front. Wilson all the way in. Levis looking for Hopkins. Terrific adjustment. Hopkins, touchdown Tennessee. 5-man pressure. Levis goes down again. Lucky number 7 for the Packers defense.
With that huge arm.
3rd and 17. Levis throwing deep, and it is intercepted. Xavier McKinney.
Platinum, fuck a budget.
And the Packers win their second straight, of course, with Malik Willis at the controls, knocking off the Titans in pretty convincing fashion, 30-14. Titans are now, like, at least at this point, the only winless team in the NFL. But looking at how that Bills game's going, probably going to be the Jags, of course, their fellow division basement team, I guess, will be joining them. So yes, the Titans are 0-3, but it could be a lot worse. Not really, but you get the point there. Packers, though, they got a massive game, of course, in front of the home crowd next week against the Vikings. Titans, they're going to Miami for a probable win on Monday Night Football. That game actually looked a lot better on paper coming into the season, not going to lie. Of course, if you don't remember, I'm going to get in the preview next week. Whatever. Watch the week 4 Monday Night Football, second straight week of a doubleheader preview next Monday, so a week from now. I don't know. Set the date, whatever it's called. Malik Willis, though, actually looked really good. He threw the ball up to his guys and just big plays. Also, a lot of open receivers. Very good progressions as well. Like, went through reads, which was really cool. But Matt LaFleur did a really good job with him. 13 of 19. I almost said that wrong. 202 and a touchdown. Of course, ran the ball as well. Decent scramble. 73 yards and a touchdown. That's the Malik Willis we wanted to see coming in the NFL. I just think it was the wrong team. Of course, you just showed it against them. So, yeah, it's really just about the situation in a lot of ways. Running game was not efficient at all, but I mean, Emmanuel Wilson did have that one nice play. He also caught a, what is called screen pass, if I'm not mistaken, 31-yard touchdown. Jaden Reed, of course, is still making big plays. Christian Watson also got that bomb downfield. Also made another big play. So, yeah, offensively, a lot of big plays, a lot of fun. I wouldn't say that it's going to be super sustainable, but they ran the ball pretty decent as a team, so at least that means something. Defensively, though, they're really good. Yeah, that's all I really say. I mean, you're not improving up against the Titans, because the Titans kind of suck, but Jair Alexander, of course, with the pick 6. Again, honestly, pound for pound, if I had like my life on the line, I need Jair Alexander to beat somebody. What is it called? I need a cornerback for a one-on-one on Justin Jefferson to win that rep. I'm gonna put Jair Alexander out there. Again, it's not just because he owns Justin Jefferson. He's just great against #1 guys. So that's awesome. Quay Walker was really good with the blitzes. I mean, also really good against the run. They got a lot of pressure, a lot of sacks, a lot of just baloney. But that works. Neverson also hit a couple field goals, 3 to be exact. Will Levis, bad pick 6, kind of throwing up at the end, kind of like hopeless. But outside of that, honestly, I think it was his best game so far, if that really means anything. Yeah, the Titans they're in a rough spot. They ran the ball, 11 times. That's not going to get you very far. Diop, of course, with the lone touchdown. Tyler Boyd and Calvin Ridley just really bad in this one. Nick Van Ette also had his first touchdown since 2021, if I'm not mistaken. Ernest Jones, they got to use him right. They're just not. He's a blitzer. He's not a cover guy. He's not a guy you just like put out there to stop the run. Use him the right way, guys. I'm still pissed we made that trade. Quandre Diggs was basically just, what is it called? Just out there to like a lamppost. I mean, just made tackles, like guys slam into him. Kenneth Murray had 2 sacks, which was cool to see. Jeffrey Simmons, again, injured his elbow, but again, he looks pretty good. Roger Curry really struggled in this one. Jamal Adams, I don't know. I didn't really watch him. Nick Falk also had 2 extra points. If that means anything, I guess. Team stats-wise, Packers are, again, a lot of yards. They had almost 200 yards rushing for, again, the second straight week. Controlled the ball for time possession pretty well. Again, 3 turnovers for the Titans were pretty big killer in this one. But when it comes down to it, the Packers, again, also, the biggest takeaway, I guess, in this game, I still somehow don't know how I forgot this. This Titans O-line is awful. I mean, we thought they were going to be a lot better coming this year, but they are awful. Dylan Radunz isn't a starting caliber player. Cardi didn't do that, though. Lloyd Cushenberry really struggled in this one at center, though. Again, just got completely moved around. The left side actually wasn't as bad as you would have thought. J.C. Latham wasn't great, though. And obviously, Nicholas Petit-Frere, who showed a lot of potential in 2022. Last year, like a bunch of PED crap. He's been terrible the first 2 weeks. They need to get someone out there other than him. But that's all I got for the Titans, guys. Maybe you guys O-line change, figure something out there, get better. But that is all I got for the Packers and Titans. Let's get to our last game before we get to, I think, games that were on national TV. This one was a stunner.
Fire the cannons. The Buccaneers are 2-0 and streaking as they await the Broncos.
Oh, he gave Nix an option, and he's going to take it right to the corner for the touchdown.
That was an outstanding series right there by the rookie.
Mayfield for the corner. It's intercepted. Intended for Evans. Taken out of the air by Brandon Jones, and he reverses field direction. Look out. The pitch towards the wide side of the field, and he's in trouble, but he got there. He got there. Inside the pylon with
Whitehead called him as he ran past him.
That's right.
You son of a coach.
Javonte Williams. Fumble. Yeah, ball out of your screen. And they go the other way to the corner, and there is touchdown Godwin.
And they're bringing a blitz. Nicely picked up.
Right up the middle, and Baker's going to carry it.
He had it. He stayed straight.
Sure did. In Tampa this afternoon.
Well, it's that offensive line. You just saw the holding game.
Wow, Bidet. Tyler Bidet. It's goal to go, so they got to get it in there somehow. Aiden lost the ball, and it's picked up.
Real ice on both my sleeves. Blood numbers on them.
And the Broncos put everything together, really just in the trenches, to really convincingly and comfortably knock off the Bucs, who we all thought were pretty solid, but that really doesn't matter, because I mean the Broncos are basically like, we don't care if you guys are 2-0. We're just gonna come in here and basically kick your butt, knock you out. Like basically that's what they did. And yeah, they got their first win of the season. Will they be able to do that next week? I don't know. Maybe. Who are they even playing? Let me think. I'm going brain dead with this one. Who are they playing? I'm thinking. Who are they playing? Jesus. Broncos. Brain dead right now. They're playing at 1 o'clock, I can tell you that. Oh, they're playing the Jets. So, yeah, maybe they can't do it against the Jets, but hey, you never know. The Bucs, they're playing the Eagles. They got to step it up. I mean, maybe not, because, I mean, they almost blew it this week. We'll get to that game next. But, yeah, there we go. Broncos. Bo Nix didn't suck, so that's something. Didn't really throw the ball downfield at all, though, which honestly was good to see. They were very efficient on the ground. Tyler Beatty, bro, he looked bad on the ground. I'm joking. But, yeah, he looked like holy crap. Like, really good game overall. And he had that long run as well. Bo Nix ran in a touchdown. Joe McLaughlin completely put Anthony Nelson on skates for that one touchdown as well. He had hardest work for 4 yards he'll ever see. Don't like the 1.4 yards per carry though. Receiving wise, Cortland Sutton was pretty productive overall. Outside of that though, I really don't care because none of these other guys can really do much. Josh Reynolds has been a disappointment after this point though. Defensively, Jaquan McMillan is so good, guys, so physical. He just completely wrecked the game there. PJ Locke had 5 tackles. Alex Singleton had 10. As usual there. Riley Moss looked pretty good. Brandon Jones, of course, had the interception. They also had a lot of pressure. And trust me, it was all simulated. What's his name? Giro Evero? I think that's his name. He's really good at his job. Will Lutz also hit home 4 field goals, big ones as well. Bucs, Baker couldn't handle the pressure. Again, he tried to escape a lot of it. Just didn't really work out there. I don't think he had as many options downfield that he had the past couple weeks. I really think that a guy like Jim McMillan just didn't really get open as much because that Broncos secondary is a lot better than the one they faced last week, of course. How am I blanking on who they played last week? The Lions. It is a lot better. But, yeah, the Bucs definitely need to step it up here. Again, the biggest thing, Luke Gedeke being out, I really think hurt them. He is basically how they really run the football and really get the what is called pass protection moves around. Because, again, he's just a guy who can win consistently one-on-one. Yes, Tristan Wirfs on the other side, but, again, same type of thing. You don't have to worry about him there. But, again, you rely on a guy like Luke Gedeke, and, again, that really showed in this one. Rashad White's the most inefficient back in the league right now, guys. Bucky Irving, I mean, yeah, he had a 32-yard run, couple big plays, might even take over the lead back, at least running role. And then Rashad White, guess he's the most inefficient back in total because he had 8. What was it? 3.6 yards per catch, which is just atrocious. I mean, it wasn't all his fault, but most of it was. Chris Godwin did something, got a touchdown. Mike Evans had his worst game in probably a couple of years, to be honest with you. Defensively, I don't really care. They didn't really have to do too much. I mean, it wasn't great, but I mean, they had a worse game. So I'm gonna just say like they kind of like a non-factor. Team stats though. The Broncos had over 350 yards of offense. That actually does mean something. Actually pretty efficient with 5.5 yards per play as well. 1 to 2 turnover ratio. I don't really care about the rest of this. Again, kind of a crappy game overall. But hey, Broncos had their first win of the season. Let's get to a game that really ended in a wild fashion.
Saquon Barkley may need to put on his cape for the Eagles to fly over the red-hot Saints. That comes your way at the top of the hour.
Best thing about them this year so far. And it is off in the upright end through Blakely. Heavy pass early on. Hurts looking deep. He's got Dallas Goedert. Goedert's inside the 15. Size advantage and a step on Tyron. Four-man rush. Given time into the end zone. Picked off. Tyron Matthew. Turnover machine. It's looking long. It's pressure from behind. Ball is out. The Saints have it. Granderson forced it and Willie Gay recovered. Well, fake. It's Barkley out the back door. Not gonna get it. Chase Young comes up with a stop. 3. Hurts in trouble. Sacked.
Dropping 8.
And a block punt. J.T. Gray. Special teams ace. Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley's the guy. He's going to take it. Touchdown from 65. 2 decades as a DC in the NFL. Carr taking a shot for Kamara. Goes over Vaughn for the catch.
Ball flight. Gets some pressure up inside.
He misses wide. 10. Carr lofting for Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. Trying to get some of it back. They'll get plenty. Dallas Goedert is wide open. Down the sideline. They do. It's Barkley. Surge from the offensive line. And a touchdown from Barkley.
Preferably before a field goal try.
Still no Darius Slay at corner. Carr lofting into traffic and picked off. Reed Blanken.
Oh, you slime. I knew how to count the money. Super before I learned to read.
I'm going to start this one with, again, I guess not a shout out, whatever. Barry McHaggener, another creator. Go check him out. He, again, makes pretty funny videos. But he has a narrative about Derek Carr, and it's that, yeah, he'll make you believe that you're really good, that he's really good. You're going to, like, put all your stock in him, then he's going to bite you in the butt and just, like, completely, like, blow it. And, yeah, that's what he does. He did in this game. I mean, that's the perfect way to describe it. Not really. He kind of sucked throughout the game, but, yeah, especially at the end. Either way, though, Eagles do, I wouldn't really say they win this one. They kind of, they survived this one. I don't know. They didn't deserve to win this one, to be honest with you. Neither team really did. But they did win this one 15-12. Of course, the biggest thing being Nick Sirianni. So, for whatever reason, again, tying the game up was a very real possibility for them at the end of the half. Yeah, being brick he is, he's like, oh, yeah, let's just go for it on 4th down. Whatever the heck that was. Either way, though, they bounced back at the 2-1. They're playing the Bucs next week on the road. Second straight weekend in an NFC South opponent's house. Saints, yeah, bad loss. They should have won this one. It's not that they played well; they just should have won this one. A lot of opportunities to. But yeah, they fall to 2-1. They're gonna do their thing next week in Atlanta. Probably, I don't know. They lost there last year. Eagles. Jalen Hurts was not great. I mean, he had the bad fumble, the bad interception, but when it came down to it, he found Dallas Goedert, who again had a massive 10-catch, 170-yard game. Don't expect him to ever do that again. But again, for a guy, I'm not like shocked, but like. For a tight end, that's like a monster game. So, maybe that'll be his career high, but yeah, he had a hell of a game. Saquon, of course, with the 65-yard touchdown. After that, though, really wasn't super efficient, but he did have the other touchdown. So, Saquon's great, guys, but, like, this wasn't his best game we've ever seen out of him. But yeah, played awesome. Devontae Smith, of course, got injured before the concussion, which, again, really just sucks. Jahan Dotson just can't, him and Jalen Hurts cannot find each other. Jahan Dotson's the guy that really works those intermediate routes over the middle, and just Jalen Hurts and him just aren't on the right page right now. They have to be, because he will be the key to this offense. Again, A.J. Brown, whether you like it or not, guys, for like the next couple weeks, if you're Eagles fans, obviously, he's not going to be 100%. Maybe, I don't know, I'm going to prove me not wrong next week. But Devontae Smith, concussion, Jahan Dotson's going to have to step up, or somebody, I don't know. But most likely Jahan Dotson, because he's the most talented guy out of these other guys, has to step up. Defensively, they actually did a really good job overall, in my opinion, especially in the secondary. They kept Derek Carr guessing. They made it really hard for him to get the football out. The pressure wasn't exactly consistent. There was a lot of penetration, and overall, they were actually pretty solid. Pick, obviously, by Reed Blankenship there. Outside of that, though, tackling was very sound. They really, again, limited big plays overall. And outside of that, I mean, again, nothing was really left open. One of the better defensive performances I've seen from this team in a while. Jake Elliott also missed a field goal as well. Again, it was 60 yards, so I'm not too mad about that. But the Saints, again, I talked about Derek Carr. He sucked in this game. The touchdown was pretty, though. Alvin Kamara, not efficient, but I mean, he got me some fantasy points at least. It was a trooper, of course, as a receiver as well. Chris will obviously had their lone touchdown. Jesus. Yeah, this offense looked the complete opposite of what we saw from the first 2 weeks. Defensively, they actually didn't really do too bad at all in this one. Paulson Dable had 10 tackles. I mean, he was crazy, like a menace in the run defense. Outside that one touchdown, obviously. What is it called? The Honey Badger was a turnover machine. This one, 7 tackles, also had an interception, obviously, the red zone. Carl Anderson is proving himself as a top, 20 edge rusher right now, I guess. Brian Breezy, keep him on the field. Nathan Shepard, get out of the way. Kalen Saunders is obviously better than Nathan Shepard, so they'll figure something out there. Chase Young also was pretty solid, though. I mean, I'm not really complaining about this defense at all. Well, let's hit 2 field goals. For team stats-wise, neither team was really, again, great in terms of yardage. Yeah, the Eagles had 460 overall, but, again, I just don't think they were, again, a lot of yards, obviously, but they could, honestly, again, just really finishing it off there. Third down there, both teams were pretty solid, though. Again, the Eagles had the ball a little bit longer. 2-to-1 turnover ratio is actually pretty big in this one as well. But, yep, the Eagles survive, and, yeah, they advance to Tampa next week. That's all I got here, guys. Let's get to a really boring game.
It's the home opener for the Pittsburgh Steelers. A matchup.
Much of last year. He's healthy now. Making plays again. 2nd and 9.
Wide open for the touchdown. Johnston.
6'7" target who has their only touchdown of the season. 3rd and 3.
Fields, open field, and a touchdown.
Get every inch out of this they can. There's never been a 60-yard field goal made in this stadium ever.
Did the Raider game.
They fake to him here.
And they get to Herbert again.
Landon Roberts. 2nd and 7.
Austin. That's ahead. Austin to the 40. Foot race. That's him. He's across.
What you say? Bills. Hey, what you say?
And the Steelers are one of 2 actually undefeated teams in the AFC. They moved to 3-0. First time they've done that since COVID. They're going to have to win a lot more games than that, though, honestly. Again, look, no, probably not. Because, honestly, they could probably beat the Browns a couple times. But, well, I'd say the Steelers are 3-0. They won the battle in the undefeated against the Chargers. They will be going to Indy next week for a game they have to win. Because, honestly, they got a big game after that, too. Whatever. Sense of urgency for the Steelers, guys. Yes, they're 3-0. They got to keep on winning. This offense did enough. Best game by far for them over the past 3 weeks. Biggest thing, obviously, no panic with this offense. They're very comfortable. They have an identity. They're sticking to it. Please keep up with that. Chargers kind of got screwed with this one, to be honest with you guys. Yeah, the offense really struggled outside overall, but like, again, with Justin Herbert, of course, getting injured, it's not a good situation overall there. Again, you get banged up coming in this one. Now it's an ankle injury. It's just not good. Again, they're probably going to lose the Chiefs next week. Maybe they don't, but again, that's a little of an issue. But they do crucially get out to the 2-0 start, so they're at least in a decent spot. But they will play on the Chiefs next week. Running game was not good. I don't really expect it to be too good, though. Again, it wasn't really sustainable overall. The O-line just completely fell apart. Rashawn Slater left. Justin Herbert obviously left. And again, Joe Alt got injured, too. It wasn't a good situation for the Chargers. And again, you'll see why, again, get to the overall offensive yardage. It's just not good at all. Quentin Johnson cut a touchdown. Landon Collins was getting open pretty consistently. But, I mean, it wasn't a good situation for the Chargers in this one. I'm kind of just going to forget about that. But defensively, Dan Henley really wasn't good, again, covering over the middle. Just not a great presence there. But outside of that, really consistent tackling-wise. Christian Fulton was really good at corner of this one. Derwin James, outside of maybe missing a tackle or two, was pretty good. Up front, I think he definitely could have been a little bit more better job being a little bit more consistent in terms of, again, their penetration and really just physicality overall and intensity. But Khalil Mack really stepped it up there, again, off the edge to kind of help him out there. And, of course, Joey Bosa being injured didn't help them at all either. Cam Dicker, obviously, had a field goal there. For the Steelers, Justin Fields played his butt off. The interception could have been better, obviously, but he had an amazing touchdown, 56-yarder to Calvin Austin. He was really accurate in this one. One of the better games I've seen out of him really in his career so far. Running game, still not super efficient, but they figured out a way to make it work. Jalen Warren, I think, got injured. It wasn't good there. Of course, Justin Fields had the 5-yard touchdown as well. First half touchdown, I think, of the year for them, something like that. Calvin Austin, 4 catches, 95 yards. Obviously, the touchdown. George Pickens was okay overall. Again, really didn't get too many opportunities in this one. They still got to find a guy who can emerge as like a third receiver. Again, just someone, again, supplement some of these other guys. Pat Freiermuth actually was really good overall. Again, not much as a receiver, obviously, but very good block for this offense overall. Defensively, though, ton of pressure. They have yet to give up a touchdown in the second half. And, yeah, you don't want to play this group. I mean, I'm so happy I drafted them in fantasy. I'm like, yeah, Steelers defense is always really good, but, like, they've been really good so far. So, them and the Vikings trying to battle out for the best defense in the league right now. And, yeah, the Steelers are definitely making a really good case for themselves. Chris Boswell obviously missed, like, a 62-yarder. I think it was the largest, like, no one's hit a 60-yarder in what is called Acrisure Stadium ever, so there's a reason for that. Team stats, again, really big game. Obviously, Steelers offensively, one of the better games I've seen from them. At least, obviously, this year. Best game so far. But the Chargers had -5 total yards in the second half, which, again, is just unbelievable. And they moved the ball pretty well in the first half, though. I mean, so at least they're hanging their heads on that, I guess. 33 of 51 possession, a good third down. But I really don't want to talk about this game anymore, guys. Good job, Steelers defense. Chargers, I mean, tough loss. But, yeah. Get healthy, I guess, and there's better or worse games ahead. I don't know. Let's go there. Time for the later game window, of course, first being thrashing.
From Seattle, CBS Sports presents the National Football League. Today,
Speed inbounds, getting the first down.
Charbonnet, the call on 1st and goal. Touchdown. And Cross again led the way. They get it off. Here comes the pressure. Jones pulls it up. In motion, Kenny McIntosh out of the backfield. Tomlinson a block. He's going deep. He's got him. No wind and no good. Deflected. Intercepted. Sealer. 2nd and 7. With the run right here, bouncing outside, and in for another touchdown! Zach Charbonnet.
A recipe of disaster is the best way to describe it for the Dolphins in this one. I mean, guys, like, look at it. Tua's going to probably be out for, again, extended period of time is what they basically use now. Kind of annoying, but, yeah, he's at least out for the next couple weeks. The offense was... Well, there was none of it, so, yeah, that's all I got to say there. The Dolphins are in a really tough spot. I'm not going to say the season's over, which it honestly probably is, but I can't say it is because, I mean, as I learned from the Rams, which, again, we'll get to later, that's not always a good idea. Maybe taking a chill pill and stepping back is maybe a little bit of a better option there. But Dolphins do lose their second straight. They get their absolute butts kicked by the Seahawks, who we'll talk about in a second. But, yeah, Dolphins will play the Titans next week on Monday night. Maybe they'll get a win, but probably not. Skylar Thompson was out there. That's probably the best way to put it. You got pressure like every single snap. The O-line was atrocious in this one. The running game was too. I mean, you didn't really have anything going through. Jalen Ray had like one good carry. That was probably their entire offensive game plan there. Skylar, honestly, I think was really efficient underneath, but outside of that, he couldn't get the ball to the second level. The fumble was really bad. Got his absolute just like crap kicked in. Wind knocked out of him. Like his soul left his body on that sack. Oh my god. And then Tim Boyle, I still don't know how Tim Boyle got in the NFL. Like, actually, like, his numbers, he didn't even start in college. Like, he wasn't even good either. And then, yeah, he saw, like, he didn't start. Like, what the hell? Bad numbers, like, crappy numbers in college. Like, really bad. Somehow gets in the NFL. I don't even know how he did. And then, he's been terrible when he's been in the league, too. Like, what the hell? But, yeah, he's probably be their starter next week. I don't know. Defense, again, nothing else for the offense. Defensively, they didn't really have a good shot in this one, to be honest with you, like, coming into it. They had a lot of pressure on him. Jalen Ramsey, I think, could have been better, but honestly, like, he wasn't terrible. The linebackers did actually do a pretty good job overall. Up front, they didn't get completely mauled, which was good to see. Zach Sealer had a really good game, 3 tackles with a sack, obviously the pick. I didn't do the Kowal pick, but he actually was pretty solid. Outside of that, though, this defense, again, I'm not kind of left out to dry there. Jason Sanders obviously missed that one field goal, but who cares? Seahawks, I'm not taking them seriously until they actually like go into somewhere and like completely like decisively beat a team. So Seahawks, if you're looking to prove something to me, well, go into Detroit and get to 4-0. That'll prove to me something. And then again, if you win by a point on like some bailed out play, I'm not counting it. You guys actually have to go in there and kick their butt. Geno Smith, 2 picks. I mean, that's kind of like not really telling the story. He had a really solid game overall. Obviously, the 71-yard touchdown to DK Metcalf. Honestly, he's probably been the most consistent quarterback the first 3 weeks of the season, all things said. Zach Charbonnet was really good in relief of Kenneth Walker. Outside that, though, no fan. Probably one of the better games you'll probably see out of him all year. Tyler Lockett was pretty productive, I guess. JSN, kind of disappointing, but I mean, DK had the 1 touchdown. Offensively, they didn't have to do too much. They kind of just got out there and scored some points to call it a day. Defensively, they got as much pressure as humanly possible. The cornerbacks were basically playing press the entire game, and they were basically, I don't think anyone was more than 10 yards off at like the most on any single play. They were just like feasting on this Dolphins situation there. Jason Myers also missed a field goal. Team stats though, 307 yards for the Seahawks, led the way there. After that though, I mean 2 picks again, kind of like whatever there, but yeah, the yards per play really tells a big difference as well. But yeah, Seahawks get the 3-0. They're like one of the only 3-0 teams so far. But the Dolphins, tough situation there. Let's look out here. Let's get to a game that was supposed to be go one way, and then Andy Dalton said, "Wait, I know what's going on."
A toasty 90-degree day on the Vegas Strip, where today this Dalton to the check. Hubbard bangs his way in. Touchdown. Minshew goes to his read. He's going to take a shot. Deep down the field, and it is caught. Trey Tucker.
I would challenge that.
They wisely run the play. Madison on the take. No signal yet from the official, but this is where Crosby is so lethal. Can they protect Dalton? Put some air under into the end zone. It's caught. Picture perfect dive from Dalton.
They're trying to get a touchdown.
They still got that 1 timeout left in their back pocket. Dalton taking a shot to the end zone. It is caught. Adam Thielen. Here in the lead for Carlson. Operation set, but Carlson's kick is wide left. Great point, run play, Sanders, touchdown. The Carolina Panthers are putting it on the Las Vegas Raiders.
Natural feel for playing the game.
Fresh set of downs, Minshew goes through his reads, near side of the field, gets it to Myers. Myers is in, touchdown.
Up and make the tackle in bounds and make him drive the length of the field.
Minshew is picked off. Mike Jackson. O'Connell, hard fake to the end zone. On the comebacker, they get it to Tucker.
And Andy's like, the Raiders are just like, they're just out there to make some money. Like they don't really care what happens. So if we run the ball really, really well, and I just throw the ball around the yard, the Raiders aren't gonna care because I'm like, hey, they're making their money anyway. That's how it looked at least. Because holy crap. This game did not go the way I expected. The Panthers completely, just dismantled the Raiders. This was like a complete butt whooping. The score won't indicate that, but that's what it was. Panthers, holy crap, outscored 73-17 in the first 2 games. What? Just come into Las Vegas and act like they own the place. Raiders, that's probably about as bad as performance you can get after upsetting the Ravens last week. Not good at all. But Antonio Pierce was livid with this team. He will jack them up the entire week. They're probably running a lot of sprints, and they're probably going to lose next week against the Browns too. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they will. Panthers, they're playing the Bengals. That would be a funny upset if that actually happened. Probably not, but who knows? Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle guys, 26 of 37, 319, 3 touchdowns. I think that'll be his first. No, it won't be his first start. It'll be one of his second. I don't even know. He's playing the Bengals next week. That's all I'll say. But holy crap, he was amazing. Really gave a good reason why they benched Bryce Young. Of course, first 2 games, as a member of the Panthers, I think he's averaging like 340 yards per game, 6 touchdowns thrown. He was crazy in this game. All of them were in the first half too. Oh my god, the running game was the best I've seen it at least in the past 2 years. Honestly, I think it was since that game where they blew up the Lions a couple of years ago. I think that's the last time they scored over 35 points. But holy bejesus, Chuba Hubbard was amazing in this one. Miles Sanders still sucks, but he did have a touchdown. Deontay Johnson, I mean, this is what you need. You just need a quarterback to throw the football. Because Deontay Johnson, I think, is still a true #1 receiver. Even if, again, he doesn't really play like it. But yeah, he did in this one. 8 for 1 for 22, a touchdown. David Glett had a big play. Chuba Hubbard had a pretty solid game as well as a receiver. If you had him in fantasy, guys, like, solid game overall. I mean, if he had a touchdown on the ground, that would be nice. Miles Sanders sharked that one. But whatever. Adam Thielen also caught a touchdown. Of course, that was a beautiful play there. Mike Jackson, this defense played inspired. They completely dismantled, whatever the Raiders were trying to do on the ground. Of course, Mike Jackson, the interception, 9 tackles. He was all over the place. This entire defense looked really good, and honestly, that's awesome, guys. Like, keep it up. J.C. Horn also didn't get injured, which, again, is always a good thing there. Eddie Pinheiro also had 3 field goals. Honestly, one great for the Panthers. Again, there's really none. Maybe be a little bit better in the red zone, but again, that was the end of the game, so who cares? Raiders, Gardner Minshew was, again, I think that after that interception, Antonio Pierce crashed out. That's why Gardner got benched. But yeah, this offense really didn't look really inspired at all. Like they wanted to be out there with him in there. But he wasn't exactly awful. But yeah, his stats were a little bit misleading there. Aiden O'Connell actually ripped the ball around the yard when he was on the field. Running game was completely atrocious. Alexander Madison still earned his way into the end zone though. Trey Tucker, of course, caught a bomb. Outside that, didn't really do too much. He did have a touchdown though. No, I'm joking. He actually had a pretty good game overall. Devontae Adams needs to get traded. Jacoby Myers also probably should get traded, but he actually had a pretty solid game overall. Defensively, they were awful. I'm not going to really say anything else. The secondary was completely just inept, to be honest with you guys there. Jack Jones did not play great. I'm not going to say he played awful, though, because, again, on film, he didn't look too bad. The linebackers were completely, all over the place in terms of their coverage. And Max Crosby got injured, so... Yeah, again, Daniel Carlson completely break the field goal, too. The Raiders are in a good spot right now, guys. Of course, Panthers had 437 yards of offense, which is just a ton. They had the ball for, ever. We're pretty good on third down. I mean, the Raiders just got completely shellacked in this one, guys. Better step it up next week, or you're going to be in the basement. And, of course, that being last in the league there. But, hey, Panthers, they bounced back. Hey, no one really expected you guys to do this. Good job. Let's get to a game that I really expect a lot more out of, and it just didn't really happen.
From State Farm Stadium, it's the fast-rising Cardinals playing host to the Super Bowl contending Detroit Lions, both with a 1.
They give it to Montgomery. I would. And he does, and he's in. David Montgomery on the drive, caps it with a touchdown run. Help lining up against Marvin Harrison Jr. Bottom of your screen. On 1st and goal from the 10. Firing to the corner, and the catch is made. On a 3rd and goal, Goff is looking, throwing, catch made into the end zone, and it's a Lions touchdown to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Trailing here as Goff hits St. Brown, who flips it to Jahmyr Gibbs. And Gibbs is in the end zone for a Lions touchdown. Murray with time for the end zone. And intercepted, waiting for it was Kirby Joseph. And Goff to throw, have some time, and it's intercepted. It's a takeaway for Dennis Gardeck. And the Cardinals defense comes up. It's for Arizona. Goff is going to keep and look like Kyler Murray sliding around the 40. And
when I roll, dropping the top out of vert, I've been pushing the coupe through the slow.
All right, I wanted this game to be a lot more wild and a lot more fun, but I guess it's kind of this flip where next game we're going to get into, obviously. Had a lot of wild and a lot of fun. I mean, not me, it was a little more stressful than fun. But yeah, the Lions do, without getting shut out in the second half, hold on and knock out the Cardinals. But I'm actually kind of, I'm pretty, I won't say confident, but I guess I'm, confirmed, or, I don't know. I'm happy with how this game went for the Lions. Yes, they didn't score a point in the second half. That's not good. Yes, they're averaging under 21 points per game the first 3 weeks, which again is not ideal for this offense. But the way they won was actually very sustainable, and this defense really played well. Again, last week not so much overall. I mean, again, they weren't awful, but the Bucs definitely had their way with them a little bit. And obviously, week 1 they didn't play great either, but this game looked a lot better overall. They will be playing a pretty big game next week, though, against Seattle. They cannot make those same mistakes this week, but next week. They can't get shut out in the second half, but I don't think they'll have too much trouble with that. Cardinals, I guess just talk about it in a second. Either way, though, Jared Goff went for 18 of 23, 199 to 2 touchdowns and interception. The interception was really bad, just kind of threw right to Dennis Gardeck. But 2 touchdowns, obviously one was on a hook and ladder. The first one was nice, though. Pretty solid game overall for Jared Goff. Definitely the best game so far for him. David Montgomery was very efficient on the ground. So was Jahmyr Gibbs. They ran the ball really, really well in this one. I mean, James Williams kind of cooked the 200-yard game, which honestly should have happened. So Amon-Ra, really solid game, 775 touchdown. Also created a lot of separation. Outside of that, though, no one really stepped up. Jameson Williams, or Jameson, what is it called? Famous Jameis, I guess, is a receiver. I don't know, something like that. Either way, he was out there. Of course, looking louder. I guess Junior gives credit for that touchdown. So for any David Montgomery fans, again, I don't know, was that a touchdown pass? It was something. It should have been a touchdown. Still got his weekly goal line touchdown at least. Defensively, they looked really good overall. Very, very, very structured. Very, very consistent. And when you get a defense that's able to do that, it's really hard to move the football consistently on them. Did have a lot of mistakes by the Cardinals offense overall, though. So again, Kirby Joseph with the arm punt there, but overall very confined, very condensed. Also, again, a guy like Jack Campbell, very athletic, really helped out in containing Kyler Murray. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, so many chances, so many disappointments. I guess, I don't know. They fought a 1-2. They're going to be playing the Commanders next week. Should be able to get a win, of course, in their third straight home game, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they blew out the Rams last week offensively. Just didn't have that same, again, groove overall. Kyler seemed frustrated. They didn't run the ball really even close to the same level they played, obviously, last week. But that also hurt them as well. Offense wasn't really as opened up. A lot of those alert routes were just completely blanketed. Kyler really struggled to get to this third read, and he's got to be better with that. Did run the ball somewhat effectively in the first half. Second half was not there. They moved the ball somewhat well at some points. Overall, just again, it was a lot of somewhat not consistently, and when that happens, it's kind of hard to move the football consistently. Marvin Harrison, pretty solid game overall. He got open again pretty consistently. He just got doubled a lot. Defensively, again, run defense was an issue. It's going to be an issue for probably the rest of the year. But outside of that, I mean, they're pretty good against what is called coverage overall. A lot of those zone defenses were worked. But outside of Dennis Gardeck being somewhat efficient as a pass rusher, they really struggled, honestly, overall with that pressure. Matt Prater had 2 field goals, though. And for the overall team stats, the Lions had over almost 400 yards of offense. Cardinals only had 277. Lions ran the ball for 190 yards, controlled the possession, were much better on third down. And when it comes down to it, they won the sustainable or winning factors of this game. And that's what got them the win, even if, again, they did absolutely nothing in the second half offensively. So all I got for you guys here. Let's get to a game that was just, what the hell was that?
You've heard about it all week. A lot of injuries for these two teams, so it falls on the shoulders of the quarterbacks. Matthew Stafford of the Los Angeles Rams, Brock Purdy of the San Francisco 49ers. This week, the first of his career. A fake toss. Purdy looking. Wide open man. It's Juwan Jennings. It's a San Francisco touchdown. Purdy stepping up. Pressure coming. Purdy throws on the move to the end zone. It's a touchdown. And officials, it is a fake. Here come the Rams, and trying to get to the line to gain. It should be enough for a first down. Stafford, across for Williams. Oh! Somersaults in to the end zone to get lost.
For the Rams defense.
Purdy lost the ball. It's loose. It belongs to the Rams, and it was Byron Young. 5 in the pattern. Purdy stepping up, launching it. Jennings again! A 3-touchdown performance. On the right. Williams once again into the end zone. Stafford audibles to another touchdown score. Fake it to Mason. Purdy, the shuffle, the throw. Jennings up top. Oh my goodness! Did he just make that catch? To make it a 2-score game. Mooney, it is no good. Another play fake, another deep throw, looking for down inside the 5. To a draw, to Williams, Stafford to win. His arms in the air, Williams is in, and the Rams are an extra point away from tying it. Purdy stepping up, trying to take off, and he gets brought down. Big play by Braden Fisk. 43-yard punt. Here comes Smith. Oh! Here he comes. Xavier Smith. The first touch of his NFL career. Cardi. Comeback. Complete. Rams win.
You're expecting a crazy reaction. I mean, you should have got the video of me last night. I was going crazy. But I was actually reminded of 2 things yesterday. One, the Rams are the second best coach in the NFL, Sean McVay. He's not going to allow him to be 0-3. It's just not going to happen. I mean, they should have been 0-3, but yeah, that's just not going to happen. And then also we have the best quarterback in the NFC, and Matt Stafford. And yeah, as long as he's on the field, we will be okay. I guess, I don't know, something like that. But after getting out to Sean McVay, unprecedented territory, of course, 0-2 to start the season, they avoided their first 0-3 start since 2011, of course, with their first 14-point comeback win, or 2-touchdown plus comeback win since 2012. So that's like 12 years ago. So keeping that in mind, we won. Thank God. We're playing the Bears next week on the road. And that's not the greatest situation, but we should at least be able to compete at the very, very least. I want to see us like win convincingly though, and I think we can. Niners, not worried. I get back-to-back bad losses, but we saw that same thing a couple years ago. They won 13 games. It's okay. Injuries really suck, but you're playing the Patriots next week. Unless you get the ball boat raced on you guys, like up the middle every single time, should be okay. Let's see a little bit more creativity though with that defense overall. Brock Purdy had a hell of a game. Anyone who says, crack of the system, all these other good guys, proved you wrong here. Honestly, I learned a lot of good things about the Niners in this game. Brock Purdy, he can win you guys football games by himself. Proved it in this game. Why did they not win? Well, I don't know. We came back, guys. Like, what else am I supposed to tell you? Of course, bad sack at the end of the game. He did miss that touchdown to Brandon Ayuk, who actually wasn't as bad as people might think he played. We'll get to Juwan Jennings in a second. But 3 touchdowns, 290 yards. Very, very good overall. Did miss that 1 touchdown, though. So that's a little bit of an issue. But Jordan Mason, very neutralized with that Rams offense, defense. But he did run the ball somewhat consistent, which, again, is better than you could have seen from other guys. Juwan Jennings, holy crap, what the hell was this? He had like 50 fantasy points. Ridiculous game. 11 catches, 175, 3 touchdowns. I mean, after he made that Moss, Quinn, and Lake, I'm like, we can't do anything about this guy. Really happy he didn't catch a game-winning touchdown to end the game, because then that really would have pissed me off. But, I mean, you can't really do anything when a guy's going off like that. Outside of that, though, guys, I mean, like, yeah, the Niners offense, again, I'm not concerned with the Niners. Again, they'll probably still win this division. But, yeah, you guys spot 2 to the, what is called Seahawks early. That's not really good, but you should be fine for the next couple weeks. Honestly, tough games coming up, but if, again, now Debo can get healthy the next 2 weeks, you guys should be okay. Trent Williams did not look good either, so tough scenarios here, but again, they at least seem to bounce back next week. Defensively, really just get really predictable defense. I saw like the same coverage, like different looks obviously, but like 4 straight plays. What the hell are you guys doing? The run fits weren't exactly bad. I just don't think they were exactly sound either. Fred Warner did not do a good job. What is it called, containing there? But after that, very good in coverage. Really limited those throws over the middle for the Rams. They actually did number 1 receivers. So these corners kind of just were a little bit complacent overall. After that, though, they got some pretty good consistent pressure. I'm not gonna bash this defense too much, but they definitely underperformed in this game. Jake Moody also again saved the Rams with that missed field goal. That's one of the things. Special teams was honestly the reason we won this one. Speaking of that, where's Xavier Smith? Xavier Smith is my hero. That 38-yard return, like holy crap, I was pumped after that. Matt Stafford, though, I mean, guys, he sticks in there. He's so good. Like, honestly, I do not know where we would be without him. Running game, not efficient, don't care. Kyron really stepped up. 3 touchdowns, of course, flipped in the end zone. That 15-yard catch and run there as well. Tutu Atwell, we need this guy to be on the starting lineup, guys. Like, you don't realize, like, how much he opened up this game. Without him, we would have gotten our absolute butts kicked. Opened up the entire, what is called passing game. Of course, the 50-yard catch set up that the game-tying touchdown. Demarcus Robinson, he's basically our number 1 guy, I guess, at a 32-yard catch. Jordan Whittington actually looked pretty good. Solid blocker as well in this one. But without Tutu Atwell, guys, we would have gotten blown out in this one. Defensively, they're bad. It's a bad defense. They're super undisciplined. They give big plays. The safeties are just awful in coverage. I mean, Cameron Curl, guys, like, he is not good at all. We lost John Johnson, who, like, held the fort down the first couple weeks. But Kobe Rand has been downright elite there at cornerback, like, ridiculous. But Tre'Davious Slay has been, on the other side, ridiculously bad. So, get a Kello in there. We really need what is called Darius Williams back. He just provides this like stability there. Pressure, consistent, no, but it worked out somewhat well. Of course, we missed like 20 sacks in this one. Brian Young did have the 1 sack. Kind of an average guy overall, but he's gonna figure out a way to do stuff either way. Cam Kitchens, of course, is young. The linebackers are mediocre. Just blame on that trade, guys. Quentin Lake did his best. But yeah, this defense is just—it's not a very good group. But when it counts, they do make plays. So, but I expect a lot of bad defense this year from this Rams team, to be honest with you guys. But a lot of growing pains, a lot of bad plays. Maybe some forced turnovers, though. Honestly, I think that's something that they'll actually be able to do this year. Forced one this week, forced one last week, forced one the week before. If we can consistently force turnovers, that would honestly, that's all I really want from this defense. Because I do expect them to suck, so we'll see what happens. Team stats, though. Rams should not have won this one. They got outgained. They had the out-possession, out everything. They didn't lead in the kind of like a Steelers type of game. They didn't lead like for like most of the game, but with 2 seconds left, they were able to do that. And yeah, we got the win, and I'm not really going to ask any more questions because we shouldn't have won this game, but we somehow did. And hats off to you guys because I thought we were going to be 0-3. Honestly, thought we were going to be blown after that 14-0 start for the Niners. But the Rams, of course, snapped the like million-long streak against the Niners. They were owned by the Niners, but we got the huge win, guys. Super happy with you guys. Let's go to get to a game that honestly almost ended in a disaster, of course, for the team that really needed the win. I mean,
It is America's Game of the Week from Arlington, Texas, and a desperation game, if you will, in this Week 3. The 0-2 Ravens take.
Ravens have touched it, to your point, TB. And now Jackson will keep it left side again. Racing to the end zone. He is in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Blitz come with it. Jackson gets it out quick. Aguilar with a catch. Breaks the tackle in a lot of room. Nelson Aguilar, foot race, cuts back inside the 5.
Give up that big gain.
Ravens go jumbo here. Give it to Derrick Henry, who muscles in for the touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, top of your screen. Prescott looking that way, goes over the middle. There's Lamb, catches on the slant inside the 10. And the ball came out. It's Jackson rolling, floating for the end zone. He's got his man Bateman for the touchdown. Get into the eye here. Henry's sweet spot right off the gut. Derrick Henry running for the end zone. He's in.
They're building, and you know they're tough. You don't have to worry about that with this club.
Here, though, Tucker misses a 46-yard field goal.
We got him.
Hits him in stride. Turpin is waiting for a signal. Down inside the 1.
Declaration, you just don't have to worry about it. Here it comes.
Left side. Oh! And it's loose. And Dallas has it.
Good to do it.
Prescott. There it is. Oh, got it for the touchdown. Jalen Colbert. Prescott floats one. Corner. He's got it. Touchdown, Dallas. 2nd and 9. 2 minutes to go.
So all runs here.
So it'll be on a jet sweep. No, it's a fake. How about that fake? And Lamar right up the middle for a first down.
I do like a boss. Yeah. Put on your head, don't trip up and fall.
And the Ravens face escape disaster, I guess. Not really. They absolutely dominated this game for like the first 3 quarters. But then something really appeared to me. They just need a new something. Like it seems like this just isn't the same team like anymore. Like they didn't really look like they were taking stuff serious. Like John Harbaugh just doesn't really seem like the right guy for this team right now because they're just not really playing together. And whenever they make a good play, it's like they just should be better. Something's missing right now, guys. Like when you're 28-6, you should win 50-0, like 50-6. Like if you get that sort of lead against a team like the Cowboys, you gotta just completely like pedal to the metal. They turned off the gas and they got their abs. Like honestly, I was honestly kind of again. They played that the entire game. They lost like 1,000,000, obviously, but. Again, they can't have this happen continuously. Like you saw last week, they took the pedal off the gas. They ended up losing to a game they absolutely should not have lost to. And like that's honestly something that I'm really concerned with. Again, I talked about how John Harbaugh could be in the hot seat coming into this year. Looking like that definitely through the first 3 weeks. Cowboys, yes, they are. Again, we have big concerns with this team coming into the year. I'm not like gonna get too concerned because they're gonna play bad teams. They're gonna win a lot of games. Be like, oh, what Ravens game? But yes, they're super one-dimensional. This defense is atrocious. Whew. But I'm not going crazy with the Cowboys. Back-to-back losses. They played the worst. Honestly, you could argue the worst offense in the league in the Browns for week 1. That's really the only reason they look somewhat impressive. But yeah, the Cowboys back-to-back losses. Yes, please go on what is called MetLife and probably not do what you did last year to them. But maybe, you never know. Lamar. Honestly, did a pretty solid job overall. They didn't really ask him too much through the air. He had, again, 56-yard, what is it called? Where is he? Nelson Aguilar. But outside of that, really didn't do too much, like, really at all. But touchdown was kind of nice. But the running game obviously led the way. Lamar had a couple of really good runs. Obviously, the game-clinching, what was it? First down run on 2nd and 9. What is it called? Got those extra inches. Slow there. Or pause. But 10-yard touchdown as well. Derrick Henry ate up that, what is it called? Cowboys defense. Like, every single yard was a freebie for him. He completely ran over him. Had 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry's just a freaking beast when he plays against him, I guess. 6 yards per carry is crazy. O-line played really well as well, which was really good to see. Defensively, though, kind of like hit the snooze bar. Because, I mean, like, Nate Wiggins was, like, really good in this game. I would say a breakout game. He probably needed, like, a pick 6 for that to happen. But Brandon Stevens, like, completely, like, fell off in the second half. Kyle Hamilton also same thing as Roquan Smith. They just kind of didn't really care at the end of the game. Kyle Van Noy had their only sacks as well. The pass rush kind of gave up as well. That defense completely just, like, hit the snooze bar in the fourth quarter. Like, they really didn't care. But, yeah, they should have been better. But they were really good the first, half of the game for sure. Cowboys, Dak threw for a lot of yards. honestly, props to him. He was throwing a lot of random dudes, but maybe it worked out. CeeDee Lamb struggled in this game mightily. Jake Ferguson was really good though. Didn't run the ball at all. Yeah, that's all I'll say. I mean, Dak obviously scored on the QB sneak. Clyde Turbin really stepped up. Same thing with Joe and Holt. But outside that, they're throwing to a lot of random dudes. Brandon Cooks is indeed cooked. Defensively, yeah, they suck. Yeah, that's all I'll say. I mean, they gotta get better, but they completely suck. Team stats wise, both teams had over 400 yards. Yes, most of the garbage time with the Cowboys. Not really. They almost came back. But yeah, Ravens outplayed the Cowboys for most of this game. Completely blew them out. But again, taking what is called foot off the gas pedal will hurt you. And honestly, if they do this again, I would not be surprised if they lose in a monumentally embarrassing fashion. But yeah, that's all I got for this one, guys. Ravens went on America's Game of the Week. They got Sunday night against Buffalo next week. Which honestly, looking at how the Bills are playing right now, got to play a lot better. That's all I got for this one, though. Let's get to Sunday Night Football.
Good evening. It's a beautiful, warm first night of fall in Atlanta, Georgia. And on the edge of downtown, the roof is open at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Empty backfield. And the throw wide open for the touchdown, Drake London. Play 17 of the opening Chiefs drive. Falcons bring pressure. Mahomes lost it. It's intercepted. Unbelievable Justin Simmons. Is play 13 of this drive. And Mahomes throws. It's complete. It's raced to the end zone for the Kansas City touchdown. Pressure picked up by Bijan Robinson. Cousins has time. He's got to the 1-yard line. It's Bijan Robinson fighting to the goal line. And in for the touchdown.
Bro, like, what the hell was that? I mean, that was PI, obviously, at the end of the game there. But the Chiefs do leave Atlanta with their first 3-0 start since 2020. And this season really reminds me of that season, of course, where they started out the season, went 14-1 with Mahomes as a starter. They only lost to the Raiders, with Derek Carr, quarterback, who, again, they're playing in Week 5 on Monday night. I will mention that for sure if they do win next week. But the Chiefs probably will on their way to a 4-0 start, to be honest with you. Maybe we don't really know yet, but yeah, maybe the Chargers, we'll see what happens there. But yes, the Chiefs do show up on primetime and obviously get the comeback win, I guess, technically. The Falcons, very winnable game for them, to be honest with you guys. But again, probably should have got the PI in the end zone, kind of get through there. But they did play pretty well overall. I'm not actually going to be too mad about this game for them. But yeah, definitely could have played better overall, but you'll take what you get there. 4-1-2, definitely want to win next week again with their third home game in 4 weeks against the Saints. But Mahomes, bad interception, but that's because Justin Simmons owns them. He actually has 6 interceptions now of Mahomes, maybe 7, I don't know, something like that. 2 nice touchdowns, not great, but I mean, they're good touchdowns. Had some ridiculous plays as well. Mahomes-type stuff, still looks like last year Mahomes, though, in terms of stats. Carson Steele ran the ball well. He is a pet crocodile. Don't mess with him. Samaje Perine also looked pretty good. They ran the ball actually really collectively well, which honestly is really good. But outside of that, Rashee Rice screwed me over in fantasy, 12 for 110 and a touchdown. Travis Kelce still hasn't done anything yet. Xavier Worthy didn't do anything in this one. Juju caught his first touchdown in like a year, something like that. I don't know. He got one last year against the Dolphins, but yeah, that's about it. O-line played really well in the interior. Off the what is called edge rushers. Actually, the Falcons are useless. So the Chiefs' offensive tackles were just non-factors in this game. Defensively, they're really good. That's probably the first thing I'll say. Nick Bolton back looked like a menace in this one. Shamari Connor obviously by the pick off of the blitz of, I don't even know, it might have been Chris Jones. Did he get thrown out? I don't know, something like that happened. But not really too eventful actually for this defense overall. Felix and Nicky Uzama really stepped up, or FAW. Not the college, definitely not the college. But yeah. Garrison Buckle looked really good. Didn't miss an extra point. But yeah, the Chiefs defense looks just as good as last year. Falcons, Kirko Chains choked. No, he didn't. That was kind of a bad play call with the running game there. They couldn't run the ball for their life. Kirk really struggled, I think, hitting some of those throws in the middle. But some of those outer breaking routes, some of those longer developing ones he was really good with. Read the field well. Again, the interception wasn't completely his fault. I mean, could have been a little bit faster with that release. But the touchdown was nice, and yeah, the Falcons could have definitely been a better job in the red zone. Receiving wise, I mean, Drake London caught another touchdown, kind of puts it like a 50-yard catch, but after that, really no consistency with his offense. Tyler Algier should have gotten a lot more carries than what he got. BJ, I think that might have been his first touchdown of the year, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, maybe. He might have scored one last week. I don't know, something like that. Defensively, Troy Anderson's a beast. Outside of that, though, kind of just like whatever. Yeah, they could have done definitely a better job in the red zone overall. Jesse Bates was not really impactful at all, and that's not good. Off the again, they have no pass rush, guys, like absolutely none. It's not because the interior isn't really getting pressure, because they are penetrating, but none of those guys are going to win consistently. The fact they have absolutely no edge rush right now is an issue. Where's Matt Judon? I didn't even play. I don't even think he did. Younghoe had a field goal as well. Team stats wise, yeah, the Chiefs outgained him, but not by much. They had a pretty solid running game, which helped them again with control time of possession. Also, were much better on third down and also in the red zone as well. But came down to it. The Chiefs kind of have to call at the end of the game. Close game when it came down to it. Falcons can't really hang your heads there. Hope you guys get a bounce back going against the Saints, though. That is all I got for the Week 3 NFL Sunday recap. Hope you guys enjoyed all this wild action, of course, this Sunday. Big Week 4 coming up. Monday Night Football recap will be tomorrow. 2 crazy games going on there. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the Week 3 NFL Sunday recap. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for sticking around.